pleasure to be here this afternoon with you, and thank you all for being here. Tiffany Barnes, the 2026 West Virginia Teacher of the Year, is a special education teacher at Wheeling Middle School. She holds professional certifications in multi-categorical special education, pre-K through adult, autism, and reading specialties. Ms. Barnes earned a BA in Human Development and Family Studies from American Military University and a Master's in Education and Reading from West Liberty University. A two-time war veteran with the U.S. Army Military Police, she brings exceptional leadership, discipline, and compassion to her classroom and to her community. She founded the Coaches, the Girls on the Run Heart and Soul team at Wheeling Middle, launched the Wreaths Across America program at 2 local cemeteries, and established the school's annual Autism Acceptance 5K to support special education classrooms across Ohio County. Please give a warm welcome to Tiffany Barnes, the 2026 West Virginia Teacher of the Year.
Good afternoon, everyone. I wanted to thank the Education Alliance, especially Amelia, for all of the hard work and everything you do for education and having me here today. And I'm so honored to be here. Thank you all for coming, business leaders, community members, staff, and everyone who cares about the young people of West Virginia. Today, I want to talk to you all about the powerful concept of connection and the bridge that it builds. A bridge is one of the most straightforward pieces of engineering that we encounter, yet it's one of the most important. It takes 2 places that could never touch and makes connection possible. It turns separation into opportunity and transforms limitations into access. In education, connection is our bridge. Connection is how we take students from where they are now and to where they can be. Connection is how we prepare them not just to complete high school, but to step confidently into adulthood, into careers, and into their own independence. But without a bridge, nothing can reach the other side. Without a bridge, potential stays on one shore, while opportunity stays untouched on the other. When a student steps into your workplace for the first time, whether for a tour, a job shadow, a hands-on activity, a mentor conversation, they aren't just visiting a business. They're crossing a bridge. They are discovering what exists beyond the walls of their school, and they are seeing where their skills can take them. They are realizing that the adult world is indeed for them, and that they belong in it and they can succeed in it. For many of our students, especially those with diverse needs or learning differences, this bridge is life-changing. You are giving them important life skills, a sense of purpose, confidence in their abilities, exposures to professions that they never knew existed, a reason to stay engaged and complete high school. When students feel connected, when they feel that someone is investing in their future, graduation stops being a distant event and it becomes a reachable milestone. Where there's distance, we must create connection. When something important is on the other side, we must never give up. We must build a bridge. Connection is the bridge between potential and success. It's the bridge between a student's uncertainty and their confidence. It's the bridge between dropping out and graduating. Without a connection, students may see the future and never feel that it belongs to them. Without connection, school becomes something to survive rather than something that prepares them for life. Without connection to caring adults, to mentors, to real workplace experiences with practical life skills, the path to high school completion becomes steeper and graduation becomes harder. The future becomes a place that they can see but not reach. This is why partnerships with businesses and community organizations are essential. You all create the connection that helps build the bridge that our students need. In West Virginia, our great state has some of the strongest, most resilient communities in the country, and we know how to build bridges. We know how to show up for each other, especially our students, which are future leaders. They're our future. Why do these bridges matter? Here in West Virginia, our efforts are paying off. In recent years, our public high schools have some of the highest graduation rates that have ever been recorded, over 90% in several districts. Our students receiving special education services, which historically are one of the most challenged groups, have also made major strides, climbing to nearly a 79% graduation rate. This is progress worth celebrating. Research backs up what we're seeing happening here. When students feel connected to at least one caring adult at school, their likelihood of graduating increases significantly. When schools' partnership include local businesses, students show improved attendance, stronger engagement, and more consistent school participation. When students receive real-world mentorship, they gain confidence, motivation, and clear pathways to employment or post-secondary training. West Virginia is already beginning to build these bridges. These bridges are being built through community involvement, through leadership, through dedication of educators and families. We are also seeing FAFSA completion rates rising. And this is showing us that our students are preparing for what's about to come after high school, for what could come at trade school, apprenticeships, or meaningful careers. But the work here is not finished. There will be a new set of students preparing to graduate each year, which means we need more bridges, and we need more connections. Have you ever watched a movie and felt inspired by or connected to the character of the movie? Like you watch Rocky and then your Amazon cart suddenly has a heavy bag and a pair of hand wraps. Or if you watch Twister and then you start tracking storms on your iPhone app. I remember when I was in high school, I watched the Fast and the Furious movie. We were at the movie theaters, and just imagine me driving a Geo Metro, 62 max speed downhill with a tailwind. But the moment I walked out of the movie theater and into the parking lot, you couldn't convince me that I wasn't part of the cast. The mall parking lot had cars revving their engines, everyone, like we were all about to hit the race on the streets, including me in my Metro. I bet you guys can picture me zipping around in my Metro. It's funny to think about this, but it's true. And although it's a movie, it's a perfect example of a connection. Movies can make us feel like connected to the excitement and the adventure and the possibilities. And in this same instance is what initiated my path after high school, both the movies and the connections to people. I watched G.I. Jane and every other military movie. I spoke to recruiters at our school, and they always made me believe that one day I would be wearing a uniform. And that shaped my path into the military, which is what led me to teaching. Movies give us these tiny bridges, these little moments that could connect us to a dream, a purpose, or a possibility that we didn't see before. Imagine if every single student felt that way, but not because of a movie, but because of the people like you guys in this room, educators, mentors, and anyone else building connections with these students. I want to share a story with you from my own classroom. The first year in my current classroom, which is a self-contained, severe, nonverbal middle school classroom, I have students ranging from 5th to 9th grade. That year I had 5 students. One of them, which before, imagine my first year ever of teaching and then hear what I'm going to tell you. I was given warnings and preparations from staff members about this student. I learned that he wasn't only famous in our county, but he was famous in general. This student had a 6-person response team for crisis situations, which were not unfamiliar to him. He had regular violent outbursts towards staff, himself, and sometimes other students. All furniture had to be bolted down or it wasn't safe. He had broken bones from jumping out of windows. He started house fires. He ate hand sanitizer and anything you could think of to make us have a reaction. He even stripped down and ran naked in any window of opportunity throughout the school. And I know, I experienced all of this with this student also. And these stories were endless. I thought to myself, I've been in a combat zone, I've totally got this. But I definitely met my match. This was the class that everybody wanted to avoid. This was the class that substitutes didn't answer calls for. But I truly believe, and my staff truly believes, in the power of connection. So we tried some different things. We learned what the student loved. We learned what kept the student attention. We learned what tasks, activities, and life skills that he preferred. And we showed him that we loved him. We made a genuine connection with this student. We learned that he loved vacuums. We learned that he loved power tools and all tools in general. We connected this student with the custodian at our school, where he assisted cleaning and fixing things. He would clean the carpets with the custodian at school. We then switched out his play tools for real ones. He learned the difference in a flathead and a Phillips screwdriver and a drill bit. He learned how to change bits out of a drill, how to use a hammer. He was part of our sensory room renovation, where he removed the screws from the walls, and he also removed and replaced outlet covers and light switch covers. He helped us paint. He learned how to operate lawnmowers and weed eaters. He learned how to use snips and other garden tools. He began working in the school garden, mowing and assisting in regular maintenance. Then, a local sheet metal and pipe fitting business from our community was repairing ductwork in our school. This student watched these men coming in with their hard hats, their safety glasses, their reflective vests, and working, and he wanted to be a part of them. These men knew that he wanted to be a part of them, so they brought him some equipment. They brought him his own vest, his own glasses, his own gloves, and they talked to him, and they showed him what they were doing. He wore that equipment every single time that he was working in the garden, every time he was cleaning the carpets. Anytime he was working on small projects around the school, and he loved it. He felt proud. He felt useful, and he felt connected, genuinely connected. In his mind, the bridge to a future had opened, and he belonged. He was part of something real. Now, fast forward to this moment today and right now. This student is currently in high school. He has a one-on-one aide, not a 6-person response team. He's taking carpentry classes with his peers. I'm gonna cry because I'm so proud of him. He is thriving. And that's the power of connection. That's the power of giving all students a bridge. And this brings me to why we're all here today. Every person in this room, whether you're a business, a community member, you're part of the education staff that we have here, you hold materials for the bridge. You hold support beams. You hold the bolts, the planks, the anchor points, and our students need this exposure. They need mentorship. They need hands-on experiences, and they need to feel that they belong something to bigger than themselves. When you open your business to a student, even for something as simple as a tour, you are building a bridge. When you let a student shadow an employee or try a tool, watch a process, you are building a bridge. When you donate time, share your expertise, or support programs, you're building a bridge. And for many students, especially our ones with special needs, That bridge is the difference between falling through the cracks and rising into a future that they never thought was possible. And that is the power of connection. That's the bridge. When you, as business leaders, community members, reach out to partner with schools, you're not doing charity. You're building a bridge. You're offering opportunity, purpose, stability, and hope. Hope for these students, especially the ones with special needs. Some of them have never experienced success before, and this connection can change their trajectory forever. For our community, that means a stronger workforce. For our community, that means more engaged citizens, fewer social challenges, and for West Virginia, that means that we are all investing in ourselves. We already have momentum. We have record high graduation rates, better trade school readiness, growing student support systems, but we can and should do more. We need to expand our partnerships, increase mentoring. We need to give students real-world exposure, give them life skills, and the belief that they belong here and that their dreams matter. Here's my challenge for all of us. Let's build bridges together. So today, I invite you to be a part of this bridge. If you run a business, open your doors. Offer tours, internships, and let a student sweep a floor, mow a lawn, drill a hole, or wear a safety vest, and let them feel capable. If you're a community member, volunteer, mentor, support West Virginia schools and their programs. Help families connect to the schools. If you're school staff, keep believing, keep reaching, and keep building the bridges. Let's work together to ensure when our students, all of them, walk across that bridge, they go into a life ready, ready to contribute, ready to belong, and ready to succeed and build. West Virginia is strong. West Virginia is resilient. And West Virginia is a state that knows the power of community. Our greatest strength is not in our mountains. It's in the people who call this place home. And when our schools and our businesses unite, we commit to giving students the connection that they need. And we don't just prepare them to graduate, we prepare them to thrive in the future. Let's strengthen connections. Let's ensure that every student from every background with every ability knows that they matter. They know that they belong. And they know that they have a future that is worth crossing towards. Because connection is the bridge. And when we build that bridge together, there is nothing that our students cannot reach. And together we can build a future where every student has access to that bridge. Thank you.